Hey, good morning, friends. It's Moses here. I hope you guys are doing well. This is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. I'm still sleepy. I've only slept for only about maybe 3 hours. Hopefully, I can be able to put in some more, maybe like an hour or so before I go to work. But right now, I have to go to my dentist appointment, which is at 8 o'clock. All right, so I just finished my dentist appointment. I'm ready to go home, but before I do so, just two things I want to share with you. First and foremost, before I forget, when I was, like at my dentist place, she was telling me how, like, one of my wisdom tooth looks like maybe there is a cavity, and it doesn't look to be bad, but it's something that in the future they may want to take it out. And as she was saying that, I just thought to myself, okay, are there things we need to learn to pray about, or to speak against, or to pray for? Sometimes when we are in situations like you go to a dentist or you go to a doctor, they give you a report, we just kind of take it like, okay, that's what the dentist says, and we don't worry about it, or we don't pray about it, or we don't speak against it. So as I was, like listening to her, I'm like, okay, I need to pray against this. I need to bring this before the Father. I need to stand on the promises that do with healing. I need to pray that whatever is going on, things will not be bad. What I'm saying is that we need to learn to be, I don't know, should I say proactive about things? Not to take things for granted just because the doctor told you you are sick, or you have this or that. Just because the dentist told you this. We need to be sensitive enough that in every situation, even in things that seem to be natural or things that seem to be minor, that we don't just take them for granted, but to pray about them, to speak and utilize our, what should I call it? Utilize our authority to be able to what's the word I'm looking for? To be able to determine the outcome that we want in those things. So it's just something that I thought about, that as a child of God, when I hear that kind of report, I need to know how to stand against it if that's not the report that I want. Anyway, so that's the first thing. The second thing, the main reason why I'm making this video is kind of to, let me say, to piggyback on the previous video that I made last time, where I was saying that I'm hearing all these prophets and men of God, women of God, talking about how God told them and how they had dreams and how they had visions. And so my encouragement to you is to know that when you hear somebody says, God told me, or I had a vision, I had a dream, because I've been reading some of those comments that people leave, and it kind of, I think some people feel like maybe, oh, this person is special, God talks to them, and they kind of forget that we all have the same access to the Father. This doesn't mean that God has not talked to these people, but I just want to encourage those of you that may feel like, oh, I wish God could talk to me. I want to encourage you that you have the same access to God, just like that that man of God, that woman of God that will tell you that God is talking to them, or they had a vision, or they had a dream. The difference between you and him or her is that maybe they have given that time, they have invested that time to talk to God, to listen to God, and maybe that's not what you and I are doing. So whenever you want to listen to God, whenever you want to talk to God, you need to understand that He is always there to listen and to talk to you. So you don't have to feel like these people are special. The only reason why it feels like they are special is because they are investing the time. But God is no respecter of person. He is your father as much as he is their father. So my encouragement to you is that you invest the time. You invest the time to hear from God. You invest the time to talk to God. Throughout the day, just take the time to talk to him. Just take the time to listen to him. Let him know that you want to hear his voice, and he surely will talk to you. The other thing is that I think it's also a misconception. Most people don't know that God is talking to them. God is talking to you, but you probably do not recognize or realize that he is talking to you. Because some people sometimes will say, oh, I feel like, but that feeling sometimes is God talking to you. So it's also about knowing and understanding how God talks, because sometimes people ignore some of the things. I'll say that sometimes people ignore God because they don't understand that it is God talking to them. They think that maybe it's their own, it's their thoughts or their feelings, but it's actually God talking to you. So it's also about learning the ways in which God speaks. But I just wanted to encourage you, and one of the things that I think this time, like since the election and these videos that have been coming in my feed, one of the things that they have done is they've kind of stirred me up and ignited me to a point where I want to start making videos like this, just to encourage people, just to pray with people. There's a stirring that I'm feeling, and again, it goes back to what I'm saying, that this is how God sometimes will be communicating to you, and when you start to feel those inner the stirrings and something within you just bubbling and stirring up, those are indications that God is trying to start something, and he's telling you to do something, or he's trying to communicate to you. And the question is, what do you do with those still voices, with those there's a word I'm looking for, but I'm just not getting it. What do you do with those, let me just call them stirrings, because what you do with them determines how how those become louder and louder. So there is a stirring in my spirit where I feel like I just need to start putting out videos out there, and just talking about the word of God, and just encouraging people, and praying with people. So that's what I'm going to start doing throughout the day. Every now and then, when I hear something, or when I feel something, or when something just encourages me, I'll be sharing it with you. We'll be praying together, and we'll just take it from there and build it up to see what God is going to do with our lives. But anyway, I just wanted to encourage you that God, what God did for us through Jesus Christ was to take away the veil. You don't need a mediator between you and him. You can now come boldly at his throne of grace and you can be able to find help. So anytime you are in need of something, anytime you want to talk to God, just know that he is always there to listen to you, and he's always talking to you. You just have to be sensitive and to know how he talks. So that's the encouragement I had for you right now, and I'll talk to you soon. Until then, stay blessed and stay safe. Bye-bye.